Butch Boone. Butch, where are you? Is the proprietor of this wonderful... Butch, where are you? There he is. Come on, he's the owner of the place. Back tomorrow and get some more free barbecue. Could I say thanks to Henry McMaster, the Attorney General of this great state. I would like to thank you for so many things that he has done, including suing the state of North Carolina to get your water back. Out in Arizona, we know what it's like to be without water, my friends. California has stolen all ours, and so we have so little water in Arizona, the trees chase the dogs. So I want to thank Henry for his great work, and I'd like to thank Henry because I want to tell you one other thing about him, and it's serious, and that is there's a terrible thing happening in the world today thanks to the Internet. The Internet has given us a lot of good things, it's given us some bad things, and one of them is called Internet child pornography. It's a threat to our families, it's a threat to everything, value we have. It's so horrible, none of us want to talk about it. A leader in this nation, amongst the Attorney Generals, working with the federal government, to try to get rid of this terrible disease that has afflicted the Internet child pornography. Henry McMaster, thank you for fighting for the of this world. Thank you, Henry. And I'd like to say a word about Lindsay, if I could, very briefly. Last August, as we always do, Congress voted themselves a pay raise and decided to take a month off. That's not unusual. Well, we'd accomplished so much for you. We certainly deserve that. As you know, we haven't even passed a budget yet, much less Anyway, so instead of taking a vacation and going to Myrtle Beach or maybe even the Grand Canyon, I won't mention that, but Lindsay put on the uniform of the United States Air Force Colonel, which he is a reserve and a lawyer, and he went to Iraq and he spent weeks trying to help the Iraqi people with the rule of law, I've never been more proud of anybody in the United States Congress than Lindsay's work with the people of Iraq, the government of Iraq, to bring about the rule of law in Iraq. And I can't tell you how proud I am. Lindsay will tell you a lot more about it than I will, but the most endangered people in Iraq today are judges. They want to kill them all, and they killed a lot of them. It's because they know what the pillar of democracy is, and that's the rule of law. And Lindsay has been helping them in an incredible fashion, and I can't tell you how proud I am. Eddie Butler's here. Eddie, where are you, Eddie? I know Eddie. Hey, thank you, Eddie. Thanks for all your help, and also I just want to say, Scott Sanger, Scott, thank you for all your good work as well. My friends, we're getting now down into the last month or so of this campaign. People of South Carolina understand that the impact of this election will probably determine to a large degree who the next president of the United States is. So I'm grateful you're coming out this morning. I'm grateful that you are here. I appreciate your attention to the issues and the candidates. And by the way, I won in New Hampshire in 2000 and lost here in South Carolina in 2000. And after I lost, I slept like a baby. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry. Thanks to Henry, thanks to Lindsay, thanks to so many wonderful veterans, so many people who have turned to our campaign for a lot of reasons. One of them is that I'll stop the disgraceful and outrageous spending practices in Washington which have bred corruption. You're not going to have You're not going to have a bridge to nowhere when I'm President of the United States. You're not going to spend $3 million to study the DNA of bears in Montana. I don't know if that was a paternity issue or a criminal issue. And we're not going to spend it on a lot of the pork barrel projects that, if you read some news reports today, that Senator Clinton has indulged in to the tune of billions of dollars of earmarks in pork barrel projects. So I'm going to stop it. I've got a veto. I've got a pen that Ronald Reagan gave me years ago, and I'm going to veto every pork barrel spending bill that comes across my desk. And you'll know that. But I wanted to talk to you finally. We face a transcendent challenge to our nation, to everything we stand for and believe in, and that's this radical Islamic extremism. My friends, there were arrests recently in Denmark, in Germany. The head of the CIA said that Al-Qaeda is trying to establish cells in the United States of America. And of course, as General Petraeus has said, that great General Petraeus has said, the battleground is now in Iraq. Lindsay and I stood up and said the Rumsfeld strategy isn't going to work. We were criticized by Republicans. Our loyalty was to the men and women who were serving, not to Donald Rumsfeld, because we saw it was going to fail, and for nearly 4 years it failed. And we said, we know the strategy that can work, and we know the general that can make it work. And at that time, my friends, there was Republicans that were headed for the tall grass. There were Republicans who said we want to have withdrawal, that we've got to get out, we've got to do what the Iraq Study Group wants to be done, etc. We said we got to have more troops, and we can win, and we must win. Because if we fail in Iraq, they will follow us home. And you don't have to take my word for it. Read Bin Laden, read Zarqawi, read Zawahiri. These people, they're the ones that say it. Friends, there's some wonderful veterans in this room, and I'm very proud and honored to be in their company. But I also know, as you do, that when the war was over in Vietnam, and we won every battle, but we were forced out by the Congress of the United States of America and the liberals. My friends, they didn't want to follow us home. These people wanted to follow us home. I want to tell you something else, if I could. Treatment of veterans today in our VA facilities and around America is unacceptable. My first priority will take care of the health care needs of the veterans of this country in every ward, and I commit to it. And I'll tell you one of the things I'm going to do. When a veteran goes to the VA facility and he can't get immediate help, I want to give them a plastic card, him or her a plastic card, and take it wherever they need to go to get the health care they need. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to expand the capability to treat PTSD and combat-related wounds. We're going to treat them and we're going to care for them. Because, my friends, not only for their sake, but I'm sorry to tell you that there'll probably be future conflicts before America is done. And we're going to want to know, those that are going to be serving know that those who have served were treated with the respect and the dignity and the care that they earn. So I'm here to tell you that Lindsay and I were there over Thanksgiving. I can't tell you what a great experience it was at Thanksgiving dinner with these brave young men and women who are serving. And I'll tell you, they know that we're succeeding. And they got 3 words for you and for the rest of America. 3 words. Let us win. Let us win. Right now, as we speak, the Democrats are trying to cut off the money to let them do their job and let them win. The Democrats said back in April, Harry Reid said the war is lost. Senator Clinton said to General Petraeus when he testified, I would have to suspend disbelief in order to think the strategy is winning. Any rational individual today would have to suspend disbelief to believe that it's not succeeding, my friends. And we will succeed here, and we will honor those who have served. And God bless them, and God bless America. Thank you for being here.